Hey, I hope everybody's doing great. We're going to start right here in about 9 minutes. Until then, enjoy the beats. There we go. Sorry about that. Hope everybody's having a great day. We are going to get started here in just about 6 minutes. Until then, we're going to show a little video. Hope y'all enjoy this little video about coding with beats. Here we go.
Yo, bro, this beat hard. When'd you make this? Yo, you like this? I coded this, bro. What you mean you coded this? Coded in some sauce? Cause this beat got that drip, boy. No, bro. Like, I computer programmed this. You what? What you mean you computer programmed this? Bro, just get me in a booth.
Yo, what's going on? This is MJ. Most of y'all know me for rapping. My alias MJX Music. It's Beast Mode, mother lover, rockin' street clothes. But what most of y'all don't know is what I do between 9 and 5. I've been working in technology for about the past 3 to 4 years now, and I really enjoy what I do.
Well, this ain't gonna be about getting coffee and running errands for people.
This coffee is really good.
So today I'm gonna do something I'm always thought about doing but never tried doing, producing my first hip-hop instrumental through coding and rapping over it. So before we actually dive into the coding, one thing I want to break down is how you traditionally make a hip-hop instrumental. First step, you would open up a digital audio workstation, something like Logic Pro X, which is what I personally prefer. And then from there, you choose your instruments and then you show the actual virtual keyboard. I use a virtual keyboard paired with my physical Magic keyboard, so it's literally a computer keyboard, but you got the ability to use things like MIDI keyboards, actual keyboards, as long as it's got the right plugins and things like that. And then from there, you really just started with playing the music. Obviously, there's a lot more flexibility when you're playing with the keys and really getting a feel and getting the emotions in there. But for the purposes of this, what I'm experimenting with is taking the same exact process and programming it. All right, so for this, I'm using an application called Sonic Pi. It's an application for coding music. So I'm going to go ahead and just get started. So shout out to Angelic Vibes, by the way, for the most dope sound kit I've ever used. It's free, so check them out. So anyways, to get started, the first step you want to do is understand the BPM that you are going to be using for your instrumental. I know mine's going to be 130 beats per minute because I've already gone through the loops and I found the one that I like. So first up, let's import these sounds. This is literally the same step as you would do if you're importing a VST into a DAW. And producers, you know what I'm talking about. We got the BPM, we got the sounds imported. Now let's actually play something back. So in order to do that, we're gonna go live loop. Check this out, we're gonna play it back.
Hey. Hey.
All right, next up, we're gonna do, what are we gonna do? We're gonna throw in the kicks. All right, so anytime we're making an instrumental, melodies sometimes go first, kicks sometimes go first. I like doing the melodies first, then throwing in the kicks. So the way that I'm gonna do it here is gonna sound like a techno type beat, but let's play it back. Oh my God, this end. All right, computer programming right there, 101.
Oh. Hey. Whoa. Hey. Whoa. All right.
This is not the beat we're going for unless we're in the dance club. So we're gonna slow this down a little bit. And the way that I like it, I like to have a hit, sleep for 5 seconds, a hit again, sleep for 3 seconds. So it sounds something like,
Hey. Yeah. Woo.
all right. Now we're gonna move on to the snares. The snares are arguably one of the most important things in a hip hop track. So you know we gotta throw those in here. Then from there we end it. So hopefully this one goes through.
Let's see. Hey. Yeah. Yo. Hey. There it is.
Literally the same exact way. We want to sync our hats. So check this out.
Woo. Hey. What?
And now our final step. Oh my God, my mouse died. Last thing we're gonna do is drop that 808 on them. So when you're done, when you do all of these different steps, this is what a hip hop produced instrumental from programming should sound like. Growing up with nothing, so I'm working till I'm something. Never had no money, so I didn't need a budget. Ask me about my music every day, I said I love it. Nothing was important, I put nothing else above it. Taking all this anger and I put it in the lyrics. Speak about my living so my little brothers hear it. Just go and chase your dreams, don't you ever go and fear it. Be true to who you are, don't you stress about appearance. Been working on this rapping, but I gotta be a boss. Been working for this music while my spirit pays the cost. I've broken down this half of me, the one that make my salary. Suppressed it, then I choked it, then I burned it like a calorie. Boy, I'm back to working, you can see me in the factory. Bars are getting sweeter, I got Charlie coming after me. Charging for my passions, but the talent don't need batteries. So when I see my trophies, got another in the gallery. Ooh, we making waves and doing things they can never do. I'm seeing checks I couldn't recognize because they grew. The clock is ticking and it's time to bring some better news. No more holding back this vision, time to let it loose. Time to let it loose, time to let it loose. No more holding back this vision, time to let it loose. Hey, what you think about that, bro? Yeah, so don't quit your day job. I hope y'all enjoyed this video. I really enjoyed making this. This was my first time ever programming a hip hop instrumental. So I wanted to say, number one, I definitely believe in multiple ways of creating music. So this is just something that was just a lot of fun. But number two, working in technology as a day job, I see how technology and programming affects other industries. And I think it's up to people like us to understand how music can benefit from the evolving technology industry and things like that. So yeah, if you're interested in dabbling around, feel free to check out the description of this video. I am going to throw in the steps to reproduce exactly what I did. If you like this video, please throw a thumbs up, number one, and number two, hit that subscribe button.
Hey, what's up? This is Dave Shepard, and welcome. Week 6 of Code Beats. All right, this week we're going to be learning a little bit more about repetitions. We're going to be using list in order to define the notes that we use in those repetitions. So, from your point of view, we're going to be making even more lazy code, okay? We're going to write less and less code, but we're going to make more and more beat. This is another important tool in your toolkit so that you can understand how to write great beats with only a little bit of code, okay? So today we're talking about repetitions. We're talking about lists. We're about ready to get it here on Code Beats. Welcome to week 6.
Motherfucker, I got winners on the way. You ain't without a buddy on your belt. You ain't without a ticket on your plate. You ain't sick enough to pull it on yourself. You ain't rich enough to hit the ladder skate. Tell me when destruction gonna be my fate. Gonna be a fate. Gonna be a fate. Peace to the world. Let it rotate. Sex, money, murder.
All right, hope y'all are doing great. Let's go ahead and get started today. Welcome to Code Beats. I think y'all know the drill by now. We're watching on YouTube Live. We're chatting on YouTube Live. Hit me up in the chat right now. Let me know you know how to chat. Chat. It's right over here. Say what's up in the chat. Shout out to your favorite teacher, Beckford or Barnes. Let me know which one's the coolest. So just say what's up to your friends. Let me know what's going on in the chat. Hit us up right now in the chat. Come on. Wake on up, people. This isn't social studies. This is a real class. We're going to have fun, and I want y'all to be loud and proud. Show me you know how. Chat it up. There we go. We're getting some noise in there. A couple of y'all know how to make some noise. That is great. There we go. Mr. Barnes so far is in the lead. Let's see if we've got any Miss Beckford fans out there. Let me know. All right. Now, one of the things I want to go over today is y'all got to learn how to log into Menti. Menti.com, code 5058003. That's how we vote. Show me you know how to do it. Remember, all you do is open up a new tab right here, like I'm showing you. Put in that code, which is 5058003, and that allows you to do some voting. So I want you right now log in to Menti.com and hit up some of those icons. Show me that you know how to do this. I know y'all know how to do this. This is a Mentimeter. It's very simple. We need y'all to do this so that you can vote for your favorite answers, so that you can do the quiz at the end, so that we can get your feedback on, what's your favorite song or what's the best lyrics out there. So let me know that you know how to use Menti. Menti.com, 5058003. We got at least 4 of y'all that got a clue. 5 of y'all, excellent. We're getting there. But there's over 20 people in the stream. So I want to just get a few more. Take a second. Open that new tab, Menti.com. I promise you, it's a lot more fun when you log into Menti. There we go. Now we're getting some people that know what they're doing. Way to go, people. All right. Now, brings us to the part of the class where we complete the phrase, okay? We got kind of a risque phrase here. This is from Cardi B, for those of you that know the song. The lyric starts out, "Where's my pen?" And how does that lyric finish? Does it finish, "Where's my pen? I'm at school"? Does it finish, "Where's my pen? I lost it in my book bag"? Does it finish, "Where's my pen? I lost it in the den"? That rhymes too, so it might be that. Does it finish, "Where's my pen? I'm signing"? Does it finish, "Where's my pen? Who that guy been"? What do y'all think? I know that at least 7 or 8 of y'all got logged into Menti, so get your votes in there. Go to Menti.com. Take a guess. How do you finish this lyric? This is a lyric by Cardi B. "Where's my pen? It's at school. Where's my pen? I lost it in the book bag. Where's my pen? It's in the den. Where's my pen? I'm signing. And where's my pen? Who that guy been?" Pretty good lyric, if I do say so myself. All right, we got a bunch of y'all getting votes in. Y'all are hyped today. Y'all got it together today. Excellent. Here we're going to reveal The real answer. If you're ready, 3, 2, 1. The real answer is Where's My Pen? I'm Signing. Check it out. Here is the actual song. Let's take a listen.
I like diamonds, I like stunning, I like shining, I like $1,000,000 deals. Where's my pen? I'm signing. I like those Balenciagas, the ones that look like socks. I like going to the Tula, I put rocks all in my watch. I like texts from my exes when they want a second chance. I like proving.
All right, and that was the lyric by Cardi B. I think y'all heard it. We had to leave out part of that lyric. Sorry about that. Not all lyrics are school appropriate. Now, I want y'all to share with me a little bit kind of why you listen or why you like a certain songs. Like, how do you choose a song that you want to listen to? How do you choose your favorite song? Or how do you choose which songs you like? Let me know by typing it into Menti. You know, you can tell me, oh, I really like the beats of a certain song, or I like the lyrics of a certain song, or, you know, what is your reasoning? What makes you like that song? For me personally, some of the things I really like, you know, really nice hi-hats. Some people like things that they see on YouTube, meaning that YouTube algorithm can kind of figure out what you're into, and then it allows you to find some cool music that you hadn't heard before. That's a really good point, actually. One of the things I really like about really good rap music, especially kind of like modern rap music, like trap beats, is the hi-hats are really they're just really cool. Like they have a lot of they're using computers these days to make the hi-hat beats, and they can really get that like machine gun hi-hat in there. So I really like a good beat with a really hot hi-hat. Some people just like to think of one that they always got music running through their mind. Some people really like the bass. That's a great way to choose a song, in my opinion, especially if you got some subwoofers in your trunk or something, or in your room or whatever. The bass really sounds good in that case. Drum beats, excellent. And some people like actually singing along with their beats. That's a great way to do it too. All right, we're getting some good input on what makes a good song to y'all, or how do you choose a song that you want to listen to. Y'all got some good reasoning. I can tell there's some musicians out there. All right. Yeah, and YouTube Music, that's a great place to find some beats. We've actually found a bunch of local rappers too that are pretty good in the Richmond area that we've been, getting some of their beats. So, excellent. All right, so moving on. Today we're going to be learning a little bit more about repetitions. Remember we talked about repetitions last time. I want y'all to focus, pay attention. Repetitions are super important. We're going to be listening to a new edition of Coding with Doug, where he's going to talk about using repetitions, but with a little bit of twist, okay? A little bit of advanced use of repetitions. Check it out. Here we go, Coding with Doug.
Hello everybody, welcome to Coding with Doug at Code Bits. Last time we learned how to use repetition in computer programming and also in TunePad. Today we are going a little bit further to see what else we can do with repetitions. But first, let's start with this drum track that I have here. This drum track is simply playing hi-hat, kick, and snare. And we have the same group of commands being played twice. Here we have the first 4 commands and plus more 4 commands. So we know that we can improve this code using repetition. Let's see. So to improve this code here, this group of commands here, we can simply use for I in range 0 to 2, and here repeat the first 4 commands. So we have the same drum track, but now with less lines that we are using. It's a better code to understand. But also we can use a different resource in computer programming to go further with repetitions. This resource is called data structures, and we can use here a type of data structures that is list. So to create a list that will group some variables or some values, we can just type here, let's say the name, I will call it notes, and we can use here these brackets and put here in order that we would like to access this list, the name of the variables. So here, for example, we can use the same order here: hi-hat, kick, and snare. So we can just use here hi-hat, kick, and snare. Now we have at this list 4 variables that could be the number of the note in TunePad, the MIDI number, but here we are using the variable name. So now we have these 3 variables, but we are using hi-hat 2 times, forming a list with 4 values. That is the same order that we are using here, the command play note. And we can easily replace here to use to access a list, and using our command for a repetition. And here we can ask to put the value in a variable, let's say n, but we are using here, instead of using range 0 to 2, we can simply use here the name of our list. And here, instead of have the command play note, for example, using hi-hat, we simply can use the variable n. So this repetition here, this new repetition, is accessing the list nodes, and each time that it find a new element, let's say hi-hat first, it will put the hi-hat, the value from hi-hat, in our variable n here. And the first time it's going to play hi-hat, the second time hi-hat again, because we have hi-hat, then kick, and lastly the snare. So we are using an order for our repetition using list. So let's see how it is now. And let's say that we would like to change the order here. For example, we can just move the 2 hi-hats here for the end of our list, and it automatically are going to change the order here in your drum track. Let's see. So we are using 2 repetitions at the same time. One that is going from 0 to 2. It means it is repeating a group of commands for 2 times. And the second one, where we are using list, it is going for each element from our list, and it is executing this command here, the line 9, and each time for 1 element. And also we can use here with different instruments. So for example, here I created a melody using a piano. And here I have a list with some musical notes that are variables pointing to a MIDI number, and we are playing here the same using a repetition, and it's going for the first, that is D sustain 5, to the last one, that is C sustain 5, and playing for 0.5 beats. And also we can change here. Let's, for example, just delete here the 4 first notes from our list, and now we can, for example, change here the beats 1, 2, and we have just 4 notes. So as you can see, we just change it here the notes, the list, and then the beats. So with repetitions, we can improve our coding different ways. It's very helpful and very powerful resource in computer programming. Thank you for watching Coding with Doug, and see you in the next time.
All right. Thanks again, Doug, for sharing that with us. You know, real quick, this isn't on the script, but I wanted to just show you guys and gals a picture of Doug that was featured in VCU News just this week. Check it out. Oops. Doug is in the background of this picture. I want y'all to see this, see how cool Doug is. Check him out. Code Beats was featured by VCU News this week. I just thought y'all might like to see that. Again, Mr. Doug right there. Listen to some hot beats. That's a lot of fun. All right. Thanks again, Mr. Doug. He has just told us about repetition in computer science and how to use kind of list with those repetitions, okay? We use repetitions, again, to repeat commands a certain number of times. We can repeat not just one command, but we can repeat several commands, right? So that's pretty neat. And we can actually control how many times all those commands are repeated, right? Like, so we don't just have to do that loop one time, we can actually do it a bunch of times. And so that's pretty cool too. This concept is super useful in computer programming, and especially computer programming related to music. So it's something you need to know, okay? One of the things I want to mention is that he specifically talked about lists today, okay? So we can repeat commands, we can use lists at the same time. It repeats the loop each time it goes through a list. You can use these elements within the commands in your list, okay? And I'm going to show you real quick what I mean by that as I pull up. This is Kendrick Lamar's Humble. I'll just play it for you one time so you can remember it. All right, so you remember that song. Now I want to show you my code. Here we have code, right? This is code without repetition, right? I just have to write the thing over and over again. You see those 4 lines of code? Let me make that a little bit bigger so y'all can see. 4 lines of code right there, repeated over and over again. Not so fun to write things over and over again, but check it out. If I use loops, I can just write 2 lines of code, and this actually repeats a certain number of times. Can anybody tell me how many times this loop right here repeats by looking at this code? How many times? Let me know in the chat. How many times do you think this loop repeats? How many notes would that loop play? Take a guess in the chat. It doesn't matter if it's wrong. Just throw something out there. 20, 100, 5,000. What do y'all think? I'll give you the answer here in just a second, but I need at least one of y'all to hit me up with the answer right there in the chat. How many times do you think this loop will play? Let me know. I need one of y'all to hit me up in the chat. I can stay here all day. Need ya. 5 or 10 or 4. Excellent. Thank you. Jada, one of your answers is actually correct. Check it out. It is actually 4. Let me tell you how I know. This list of notes says 4 note in list of notes, okay? So for every note in this list, there are 4 things in this list. It will execute this line right here. So this will happen once and it'll play this note. Then it'll happen the second time, it'll play this note. Then it'll happen the third time, it'll play this note. And it'll happen the 4th time and it will play this note, okay? So again, you can use this to do something that's very similar to this code where you've had to write it out 4 times. But instead of writing it out 4 times, we just write a list and then we refer to that list here and we use that variable here. All right, so hopefully that gets you up a little bit up to speed on what Doug told us. And Now, we're going to have today a video from a very special person, Mr. Twan. He is our beat master for this entire class, and he's going to give us an in-depth look at how to use lists and loops together. So give it up for Twan. Again, he is the beat master. He makes all the beats for this class. That's why the beats sound so freaking good. It's because Twan knows this music and knows it back and forth. So let's give it up for Twan. And here we go. Tech Tips with Twan.
Hello everyone. I'm here to show y'all a little trick that you can use in TunePad, the kind of trick that'll save you lines of code. Let's scroll down to the baseline and see what's going on here. Here we have two chunks of code, example A and example B. They have the same function, which means they do the same thing. It's just that example A does not use a data structure called a list, whereas example B does. You will also notice that example B is commented out using triple quotes, which are a way that you can comment multiple lines of code in TunePad. So if I cut and paste these triple quotes here, you will see that the baseline won't play. And if I cut and paste these triple quotes here, you will hear the same baseline as before play, showing that both of these chunks of code have the same functionality. Now let's talk a little more about example B. Here we have two lists defined. The notes list, which contains all the notes to be played, and the beats list, which contains their corresponding beat values, each in the same ordering as their corresponding note in the notes list. And at the bottom, we have a for loop that calls the play note function every time it loops. But instead of using actual values, like what was used in example A, variables are used. This is what allows us to replace multiple lines of code with just one line of code. This for loop reads like this. For every pair of elements I and J in the notes and beats lists respectively, this loop will loop. So the first time it loops, I will equal the first element in notes, and J will equal the first element in beats. And the second time it loops, they will equal the second elements respectively. And the third time, the third elements, and so on until the end of the lists are reached. You just have to know that in order to use multiple lists in a for loop, the zip function must be used. You don't have to worry about exactly why or how in order to use this method, you just have to follow this format. But if you are interested to know more, you can Google the zip function in Python. You'll just have to take some time to understand the definition. Or you can, like always, ask questions. Well, that's all for now. Until next time, enjoy.
All right, thanks a lot, Twan. As you can tell, Twan really knows what the heck he's doing with coding. As I mentioned before, he is a former Richmond Public Schools student who has gone on to get a Bachelor's of Science in Computer Science at VCU. So just so you know, that could be you in a few years if you keep it up. All right, so today we're going to go ahead and move on to our challenge. We're going to be doing this particular challenge, and I want you to focus on doing repetition with list. Now I'm going to go ahead and open this up so you can see what the project looks like. All right, here we go. We're going to be playing K-Camp's Renegade. I'll just let you hear it real quick. Probably know this song. All right, so that's the song we're working with, and you're going to be creating a melody, okay? Creating a melody, and we're going to be using this right up here Right now you can see that we have notes being played in a loop. You can make this longer by putting more notes here, and you can just play around with making a nice melody on top of this K-Camp Renegade. Remember, you always want to remix it and you always want to turn it in, because remember, if you turn it in, people that turn it in will be entered automatically into the raffle for some fat headphones in the semester. So make sure you turn it in. I think we had 5 or 6 people turn it in last time. That's pretty good, but just know that only 5 or 6 people are turning these in, so there's not a lot of people in the raffle. If you turn it in, we'll have a pretty good chance of getting some fat headphones, and they really do make a difference. TunePad sounds amazing in these headphones, just so you know. And I want you to go ahead, go to that link, CodeBeats5, and I want y'all to take about 10 minutes to go ahead and complete this assignment and make sure you share it. And then we're going to come back and we're going to do the quiz in Menti. So take about 10 minutes and we're going to come back and do the quiz in Menti. Let us know in the chat if you got any questions, and I'm going to go ahead and start that timer so y'all can get started. Again, about 10 minutes, and then come on back and we will be doing the quiz in Menti. Go get it. All right, 9 minutes left. In case you're lost, remember, just click on that CodeBeats5 link, remix, and start working on that beat using list and repetitions together. List, repetitions together. Minutes left. Back to do the quiz in about. And we got about 5.5 minutes left. Remember, click on that Code Beats 5 and start using repetition and lists. All right, about 4 minutes left. You have already made this melody. I want you to try and make it long. Maybe go for 8, 12, or 16 notes instead of just 4. 8, 12, or 16 notes instead of just 4. Don't forget to share them with us. Three minutes left. Start kind of wrapping it up. 3 minutes left. Make those melodies of 8, 12, or 16 notes and then turn it in. Just 2 minutes left. 2 minutes left. All right, and we got 1 minute left. Get those turned in. We're going to start the quiz in just about a minute. All right, time is up. Time is up. Everybody turn in your things and come on back. Time is up. We are going to be starting that quiz right about now. I want y'all to go ahead and get logged in to Menti.com. Menti.com and put in that code 5058003. Go to Menti.com, put in the code 5058003. We want all of y'all to have a chance to get in on this quiz. We only got 4 questions a day, so it could be anybody's game. Get in there on that quiz. This is fun. Even if you don't know, don't feel like you know everything in the world, believe me, only 4 questions. Anybody can stumble. It's anybody's game. Get in there. Menti.com 5058003. I'm going to give y'all just about 30 more seconds to get logged into that Menti.com, and then we are going to start today's quiz. Remember, these quizzes are designed in order for us to figure out how much of what we taught y'all understand, okay? So we need y'all to take these quizzes so that we can understand, hey, what's going on? Y'all figuring out what we're up to, or do we need to go over that concept again? So get logged in, Menti.com. All y'all ready? Because here we go. Remember, it is always answer those questions faster, get more points. Let's get started. Question number 1. How can we repeat commands for each element in a list using TunePad? Do we use for I in range 0 to 4? Do we use for 1 to 4? Do we use repeat I in list? Do we use for I in list? Or do we use for B in list? What do you think? Get those votes in. 5 more seconds. Hurry it up. Get them in. Get them in. Get them in. All right. Let's see. Oh, people did not get it, but what we do is we use for I in list or for B in list, okay? So this is a tricky concept today. Believe me, I understand this is a big concept today. So it may be a kind of a tougher quiz, but y'all get in there so we know what you're having trouble with and what you're not. Question 2 of 4, it gets easier, don't worry, it gets easier. What is a list in computer programming? What is a list? A list is a command. A list is an instruction. A list is a data structure. Or a list is a repetition. What do you think a list is? A command, an instruction, a data structure, or a repetition? All right, we got some votes in, and it looks like some of y'all got it right. A list is a data structure, which all that means is that it holds information for you, okay? Data structure, it holds information for you. Let's see who's taking the lead. Egypt is taking the lead. Way to go, Egypt. On to our next question. Question 3 of 4. Today's quiz is a little tricky. Answer quick to get more points. Can I use more than one list in a repetition? How? Remember, Tech Tips with Twan. Twan was the one that told us the answer to this one. Can I use more than one list in a repetition? No, it's not possible. Yes, if you use the function twice. Yes, if you use the function zip. Yes, if you use the function zap. What is the function that allows us to use more than one list in a repetition? What do y'all think? And one of you is right, yes, if you use the function zip. Zip is the magic function that allows you to use 2 lists in a repetition. Now, as we see who's in the lead now, Millie got that one right. Way to go, Millie. I want you to think about, why would I want to use 2 lists in a single loop? Well, you would want to do that when you have one list that specifies the notes that you're playing, and you have the other list that tells you what beats you want to play it for. So each note could be played for different lengths, okay? So that's why you might want to use 2 lists in a for loop. And that's exactly what Twan did. Next up, question 4 for the championship. Answer fast to get more points. Who's gonna get it? How can I add comments to TunePad? How do you comment out things in TunePad? Remember, a comment means that it is code that is not going to execute because it is grayed out. And you do that using the hash Can you do that using the money sign? Can you do that using the slash? Can you do that using the triple quote? How would you comment out code in TunePad? Hash, $, slash, or triple quote? Let me know. All right, and some of y'all know that using the hash is a great way to make your code commented out. You can also use triple quotes, okay? So hash or triple quotes are things that allow you to make comments. Let's see who's in the lead. And we got lots of strong contenders this week, but it looks like Egypt is going to be our winner, followed by Ronald, Frosty the Snowman, and I can't see it that well, but I believe it is Jason. Jason. All right. Way to go, guys and gals. That was obviously a little bit harder of a lesson, but y'all are getting there, okay? We'll probably go over that a little bit again next time, and that's why we have these quizzes. But good job, Egypt. Good job to all of y'all that participated in the quiz. And this has been, oops, wrong one. This has been week 6 of Code Beats. Thanks for joining me. Thanks for listening to Tech Tips with Twan and Coding with Doug. We're going to be back in 2 weeks with y'all. Hope you have a great Thanksgiving. See y'all.
Tell me something. You motherfuckers can't tell me nothing. I'd rather die than to listen to you. My DNA not for imitation. Your DNA an abomination. This how this where you in the matrix. That your bullets reaping what you're
Remember,
sowing, stacking up
we're sticking
the
around.
in
In case you got any questions, Minty.com. Just put them in Minty.com right there. We're going to stick around right after this to answer your questions. Otherwise, get the heck out of here. If you got any questions, stick them right at Minty.com. Otherwise, see ya. Sex, money, murder, these are the breaks, these are the times. Level number 9, look up in the sky, tennis on the way, tennis on the way, tennis on the way. Motherfucker, I got winners on the way. You ain't without a buddy on your belt. You ain't without a ticket on your plate. You ain't sick enough to pull it on yourself. You ain't rich enough to hit the ladder skate. Tell me when destruction gonna be my fate. Gonna be a fate, gonna be a fate. Peace to the world, let it rotate. Sex, money, murder, DNA. All right, hope you all have a great week. I think the first question is more of a comment rather than a question, but it is Black Lives Matter, right? Absolutely. We are here, featuring a major contribution of Black culture, hip hop itself. So of course we think Black Lives Matter. We have a great time hanging out with y'all every week. Thanks for asking. Somebody saying okay, okay, okay. All right. Thanks, Mr. Barnes. Great to see you again. Always great to interact with y'all on the chat. Thanks, Miss Beckford. Looks like your student was the winner today. Excellent. Tell him to keep on coding. All right. Let's see, somebody asked, are you a roach? I don't understand what that means, so probably not. I don't know. I'll look it up and tell you. Somebody also asked, when you gonna rap? Now, that is a very important question. Thanks for asking. If you guys can get 1 week where 25 of you, again, there's about 30 of you in the class, where 25 of you turn in that beat of the assignment of the day, I will absolutely make a rap for you, okay? So all you got to do is convince all your friends 1 week, turn it in, and if you can get 25 of y'all to turn it in, I will absolutely rap for you, and it will be hilariously bad. All right, if you got any more questions, put them on Minty.com. Otherwise, we're about to wrap it up. Hope you all have a great Thanksgiving. Stay safe. Eat some turkey, preferably fried, if at all possible. All right, looks like no more questions. I will see y'all next time. It's been a pleasure. Take it easy.